My people, how una dey do? I talk say make I take greeting na based on time wey una dey follow see this video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How una dey do? So based on news wey dey follow reach us fresh from the oven and how e dey take happen right now, this matter e don reach permanent site. And on top say e don reach permanent site, the Ooni no dey take am from anybody at all. Yes, im don go publicly talk am. And this time around, it seems like these women don't push the Ooni to the extent where him no fit take am again. Yes, him no fit take am again. Despite the fact that them they always find reasons, that they always find people to blame for their misfortune. But this time around, we don't know how this whole thing will end up with them. So, my people, wetin dey happen? Based on matter wey dey take reach us o, yes, based on what we are hearing, my people, this one e no come funny again. Yes, because the Oni has gotten angry and he has taken a drastic action. Remember when the women of Ile-Ife kept on saying that they want a king that is proactive, they want a king that says something and it is done. They have finally gotten that king, and the Oni of Ife is gradually becoming that king. So what has happened that we are bringing all of this right now? The Oni has ordered the demolition of the Olori quarters, as he has asked the guards to lock it instantly. So right now, this is the position where these people have taken the Oni to, and he has finally made his decision. He has come out to say that which they never wanted to hear. Yes, certainly these women never wanted to hear what the Oni has finally come out to say like this. But at this point, what more shall we say? Yes, the Oni has looked at everything that has happened in the palace over time, and even him himself, he has come to a conclusion that my wives will not change. So the best thing is I rather do what I have to do. Yes, so many persons have come in on this matter on several occasions, on several occasions, telling him that you cannot hold by the fact that your wives will change. What if they don't change? You cannot sit and then throw stones at life in an opposite direction, hoping that they will turn to the other direction. That is what everybody has been telling the own all this while, right from the prominent men down to Oba Elegushi, who even told him that do not hold on to the past glory. These things will gradually make you forget the fact that you are supposed to take some actions. You're supposed to do something about the attitude, the character your wives are putting forth. And right now, the Oni has finally decided to do something. He has ordered the immediate demolition of the Olori quarters, and at the same time, he asked the guards to lock it up, and each one of them should move out of it. Remember, oh, now just yesterday, the news came out that Olori Naomi wants to fire for another round of divorce because she could not scale through the first one, and she feels she might scale through this second one. And just today, the Oni has immediately ordered the Oloris to move out of their quarters, and then every single thing about their quarters be demolished. The court gave the Oni a chance, a privilege. In fact, they ruled in his favor to send all the Olori out of the palace if they are not living up to expectations, or if they are not doing what him, the Oni, wants them to do. But according to the Oni, in his words, he doesn't want a situation whereby he will he will have to send his wives out. Yes, he was giving them time to change. He was giving them the room to become better. According to the Oni, he doesn't want to take decisions hoping that his wives will become better people. But today, these women have proven to him that no matter what happens, we are not the set of persons you will tag us that will become better people. So you better do whatever it is you want to do. Should we talk about what Toby Phillips have been putting up? All these twins issue, from DNA to the surrogate mother to paternity down to buying children. Everybody has one proof of the other against her, and all of these things. So should we talk about the fact that Miriam keeps making an issue out of every single thing that happens in the palace, or Ronke moving around with a calabash making incantations, my people, every single thing happening in the palace is beginning to be alarming. Everything happening in the palace is beginning to be a show that the Oni cannot wait upon this woman to change. It is beginning to be evident that no matter what happens, these women are prone to whatsoever it is that they hold at high esteem. And stopping is not one of those things. Yes, stopping whatsoever they are doing is definitely not one of those things. So they will keep on doing it. They will continue with this show of character. They will continue with whatsoever it is they are doing that pleases them. But right now, the Oni is not set to take it from them any longer. Yes, they only have made his decision. At the end of the day, many persons might tell him that demolishing the Olori quarters is not good, or if they are moving out, they should just move out. All of this because it's a waste of resource. He spent a lot putting up that place. I can remember the reason why they had to put up that Olori quarters because Naomi never wanted to return back into the palace and meet all of those basketballs they keep on portraying. She didn't want a situation whereby she comes back into the palace, then she still has to stay in the same place with those Olori. She's facing the same um polygamous drama. She's facing the same in fact, all of those fights they keep putting up, she didn't want them. And for a fact, she was coming back with her son, Tedenikawo, and she wanted a situation whereby the boy should live with sanity. So she objected with the fact of staying with all the Oloris in the quarters, and the Oni abided by it. Yes, the Oni accepted. So Olori Naomi was coming back into the palace, so the other Oloris will move into the Olori quarters. That was what brought up the Olori quarters. But right now, the Oni is not finding the Olori quarters important any longer. And trust me, if the Oni is asking those men to move out, he would demolish the Olori quarters. Then definitely they are not going back into the palace because he had already moved them out of the palace because of the old attitude, portrayal of character, and every single thing they were putting up that he did not appreciate. Yes, that was why he moved them out codedly. And right now, they have done it. Yes, these women have successfully done it. They have pushed him to the wall. They have proven to this man that we are not people who can change. And this man have finally called upon the demolition of the Olori quarters. My people, oh, we not go run into conclusions of what will happen next. Yes, but let's wait and see what will be of this matter if the demolition of the palace will take place, or the Oni will take another measure with this woman now that he have ordered for the quarters should be locked immediately and the demolition should take place. They say don't wake a sleeping lion. This woman successfully woke up the Oni of Ife, who has been gingerly sleeping all this while, who have given them a deaf ear, who have decided not to look into their matter. They woke him up.